girls, and welcome back to another video. I am doing my very first sit down video today, and I'm going to be telling you guys about the things I've learned or my experience since I moved to the city. If you don't know, or if you haven't seen my get to know me video, I moved to Joburg in 2019, and so I am a city girl by circumstance, but I am definitely a small town girl at heart. I'm from Mafikeng in the northwest originally, and yeah, I moved here for a job opportunity, and I've been living here ever since. And I just thought I should share with you guys some of the things that I've learned. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. And yes, let's get into it. So the very first thing that I learned, you guys, is that change is inevitable. Change when you move to the city is inevitable, and this is mainly, or from what I've observed rather, it's mainly because you are a lot more exposed to things and you have a lot more access to things. I think the city has a lot to offer. I think climbing the corporate ladder in the city is a lot easier, even outside of just work. I think because there's a lot of things that are in the city that are not in Mafikeng, okay? There's a lot of things that are in the city that are not in Mafikeng. They just change you as a person. They change how you see life. They change how your perspective on a lot of things, you know? So yeah, if you're going to be moving to the city, you must definitely anticipate good change. So the second thing that I learned, you guys, is that the cost of living in the city is really high. I remember when I was getting the offer at the time from the company that I moved here for, when I was getting the offer, they were obviously benchmarking my net salary based on my salary at the time that I was getting at the time in Kimberley. And so, I mean, it was a huge salary jump, first of all, but because I had never lived in Joburg, living in Joburg and visiting Joburg are two completely different experiences. I had never lived here before. It looked like good money, but when I tell you that, guys, it was so like, I mean, I could survive. Okay, I could survive. I could do what I need to do. I could pay my bills. I still had some money left to, do a little bit of fun things here and there. But I just felt like it was not enough. The cost of living here is really high. The rent is expensive. Petrol is expensive. I mean, when I was in Kimberley, I lived like 5 minutes away from work. Even when I moved to Joburg, I didn't live that far from my workplace, but I would spend so much money on petrol. And this is mainly because of traffic, because you spend so much of your time, your morning and your afternoons, stuck in traffic. And Asia petrol, guys, so say clutch control or hating Asia petrol enable so it's like you're dying half the time. Okay, so the cost of living in Johannesburg is really high, also because there's just a lot to there's a lot to spend your money on. So guys, if you can try and negotiate a salary jump from a net salaries perspective. Don't negotiate from a cost to company perspective. Negotiate from a net salary. Tell them how much you want to take home. Tell them you want 2 million, because that's how much you need to survive in this city. So the fourth thing I've learned, I think it's the fourth. The fourth thing I've learned is that, you guys, getting arrested for drinking and driving is a real thing. Getting arrested for drinking and driving is a real thing. I've never been arrested for drinking and driving. I do know people that have been arrested for drinking and driving. Okay, the cops here don't play. Yeah, I think a lot of us take it lightly, but just don't do it. Okay, take an Uber if you can. Catch a ride with a friend, or maybe just strike a deal. Okay, Chumi, this time next time and then just make it work somehow. But guys, just drinking and driving will get you in a lot of trouble in the city. The cops here take no nonsense. I had my very first encounter with the cops, a serious encounter with the cops, where they were breathalyzers and everything, and luckily I hadn't had anything to drink on that day. And I mean, we all know we all know where the cop hotspots are, especially in the northern suburbs. But sometimes it's just not your lucky day. So if you can, try not to risk it, you guys. Drinking and driving is a problem in the city. It's a huge problem. Okay, honestly, it's a huge problem. If you can, try and avoid it. Take an Uber. Like I said, make plans with a friend, arrange something, but just stay out of trouble. Okay, so the next thing that I've learned since moving to the city, you guys, is that morning radio culture is huge. morning radio culture is so big here, and I actually understand why, because being stuck in traffic is a nightmare. So having something that's gonna calm your nerves or just make you laugh while you wait or while you're stuck. I for one absolutely love Anele and the Club on 947. Huge fan. Since I've moved to the city, they honestly have made my drives or morning drives to work. Yo guys, yeah. Okay, so Anele, Mdoda, Tembekile, Frankie, and Cindy have made my drives to work awesome. They've made my drives to work so much fun. Like, even if you're stuck in traffic and you know, like, you can gauge, okay, if I'm at Monte Casino and it's like a classic or not, then you know you're late. Or if I'm like somewhere closer to Santon or whatever and like it's classic or not, then you know that, you know, you're on time for work. So oh my god, it makes such a huge difference. Even ankle tap on YFM for me, like at some point when Anele was away, I think she went on some, like, whatever they call it on 940, Anele was away for some time. I listen to a lot of ankle tap on YFM. Like, it just sets your tone, man. It makes being in traffic so much fun. It makes it easier, rather, not fun, but easier. And so I definitely did learn that morning radio culture in the city is really huge. The next thing I learned, you guys, is that greeting. Why is it dumelang? Dumelang fela ya dumela fela. Dumela like dumela fela e leng gore ha ena mathata ke tumediso fela e siameng, guys. Greeting in the city is so unpopular. Guys, greeting in the city is unpopular. People here don't greet. A person will walk into the doctor's waiting room and will come sit right next to you. Lo gore dumela nja or dumela, like nothing. Like, greet. That's actually one of the things that I struggled with when I moved here, because where I'm from, you guys, people will even look at you snacks for not greeting. People in the city don't know how to greet. I don't know why. It's okay to just walk into a room and not acknowledge the people that are around you, because it takes absolutely nothing away from you. Just dumedisa fela, dumedisa la sa botse matsogo, it's fine. Just greet. Like, nang batho ba siameng, guys, ke a le kopa tlheng. Kana, like, where I'm from, even in Setswana, we have this saying, se se reng madume ha fele, because you can literally greet the same person 100 times, because like madume ha fele, guys. Dumedisang ka le kopa tlheng, dumedisang, guys. A re nneng batho ba siameng, wa bona, a re nneng batho ba siameng. So just to kind of echo the previous point, the next thing that I learned, you guys, or the next thing that I noticed, and this is a big one, is that classism and mean girl energy in the city is a problem. Guys, it's Mississippi girl, city girls, guys, like, even in this classism thing, it's just like, I honestly expect to be treated like a queen as well. If I'm going to your establishment and I'm going to be spending my money, even if it's like my 50 cents, guys, if I'm going to be spending R1 at your establishment, I expect to be treated well, okay? Now there's this whole thing, and look, I mean, I guess it makes sense from a business perspective, but this thing of establishments treating people that are spending a lot more money better than us, rona di aram skepsel, guys, and then the waiter, sometimes waiters will even rate you, like they'll look at you and rate you and kind of see, try and gauge, oh, so I TP. So guys, I have a very huge problem with that thing, okay? Guys, treat us well, give us a look, help us look for a place to sit. Just because I get to spend that 10 million, now I must stand up the whole night because I'm not swiping 10 million. Let's do better. Let's do better as far as that point is concerned. And even when I mean girl energy, guys, I don't want to get into it, but people are not nice in the city. Some people are not nice in the city, and some of you change is inevitable, guys, but please just know how to act, and just be a good person. Like, it's okay but just know like, just stop being like weird and snacks, okay? Just be nice. Be nice. Next, and I think last thing that I've learned is that living in the city is so much fun. Living in Joburg was probably like one of the best things to ever happen to me. I think I struggled quite a lot in my first year in Joburg because I was always so afraid of going out in the nighttime. I think myself and like my partner at the time would always just do like lunches or like dinner, but we would never like go out. And I think he would also never force matters because he could see that I was quite uncomfortable with the idea of being in the streets, because I was always just anticipating the worst to happen, or I was really afraid of being out. But now, guys, now I've adjusted really well to being in the city. I love it so much. You know, I mean, I obviously do it, but I do it responsibly. It was definitely a gradual process, because you kind of want to put, you know, kind of put your foot in the, dip your foot in the water, suss it out and see what it's like, and then you kind of just, you know, pace yourself after that. But you know, like when I tell you that Joburg is fun, Joburg is really fun. But as long as you have fun responsibly, as long as you're safe, yeah, I've met a lot of great people in the city. I've created a lot of great memories in the city. It's a great place, man. It's vibey, it's vibrant. Like Homonate, guys. Yo, Homonate now, honestly, right now, I mean, the next best thing would be for me to relocate overseas. But for as long as I'm in South Africa, I think Johannesburg is honestly a great place to be. So yes, we have come to the end of our video, you guys. Thank you so much for kind of the gist of what living in Johannesburg has been like for me. If you're not from Joburg as well, and if you are a small town girl like me, or even if you're just from anywhere else that is not Joburg, comment down below and tell me what your experience has been like. Tell me where you're from. But for now, this is the end of the video. I'll definitely be seeing you in the next one. Thank you so much for all of you guys that have been subscribing. I'm seeing your comments, I'm seeing your likes. Thank you so much, you guys. See you in the next one.